Hey guys, I wrote a new song for the podcast. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the couch with my friends. I'm Ari, that's Andrew, that's Colton, and we are the Couch Kids. On the way here, I drove on the freeway. I went really fast and it was super fun until I hit a guy with my car on the street, and then I put him in my trunk and he's in my car. And Andrew, take it, go.
That's a felony.
1, 2, 3. And we're back in the studio.
did that
We're having
really
a lot
happen
of
to you?
fun, and we had our guest Sammy last time. Now Colton, you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This
1,
is
2,
really
3, 4.
fun, but
1, 2,
you didn't.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You didn't actually
okay,
kid
that was pretty
anyone,
good.
did you?
That was pretty good. And that guy had a kid, and his name was Joseph, and he's also in the car,
No, don't
and
tell me.
he's
The
bleeding
kid,
out.
not the kid, Ari.
And we're the Couch Kids. Let's go. Woohoo!
Your shirt's covered in blood.
Yeah.
You said that was
Andrew,
coffee.
fuck, I'm calling the police.
No,
Andrew. Fuck.
Call it right now.
I'm calling. Fuck.
That was my bit.
The bit was that I kidnapped the
then
kid and I murdered
their
his father
father.
on the family.
Yeah, I killed
Murdered
a father and son.
Murdered a father and son on the freeway. And put him
What's that? Vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah.
Vehicular manslaughter.
Killionaire.
Killionaire.
Can you imagine if you go to court and like the Halo announcer guy is there, and the judge is like, what is the purpose of this like courthouse meeting? And one of them's just like, Killionaire.
Okay, I see 7 counts of Killionaire.
Nice, that's sick. Oh, 360 no scope.
Every time they're reading off one of your charges, it just like that echoes in the courthouse.
Double kill.
Kilimanjaro.
We find the defendant guilty of Kilimanjaro.
Epic Killionaire.
You stabbed a clerk with an energy sword?
Dude, that reminds me. I saw this thing online that was talking about all of the tie-ins, and I remember we talked about like a Mountain Dew tie-in for that. But do you remember any of the other like movie tie-ins for either McDonald's or Burger King or Pepsi? The one that I remember is the one from Star Wars Episode 1 for Pepsi. And on every can of Pepsi, there was like a Jar Jar Binks or
That's hilarious.
Queen Amidala. You don't remember that?
For episode 1?
Queen
Episode
Amidala.
1. And all of the Pepsi machines had characters on them. You don't remember that at all?
No.
I don't remember that one at all.
What?
No. But I believe it because I do remember like
No.
Thank you.
I remember the mass marketing of Jar Jar Binks and Queen Amidala for sure. And just being like, I don't care about this character.
Hot take, but I loved Jar Jar as a kid. I really did.
That's fair,
Whoa.
dude. That is fair. I think, have you heard about how Jar Jar, like the person that played Jar Jar got so much like vitriol and hatred, and then now it's similar to Hayden Christensen's story where now all the kids that really truly enjoyed him grew up and are like, yeah, I know you meant a lot to me when I was a kid. Like, thank you for doing what you did.
Aw,
And it's like they have this second kind of coming of fandom and fame from people who it was aimed at and genuinely appreciated it,
Yeah.
you know?
That's cool. Yeah, you said Jar Jar Binks, and that made Misa childhood so great.
Misa feel complete.
Just dead serious.
It's wild because it's like it's not even him on screen. It's like a CGI character.
correct.
So like that's such a distance of character from
Yeah.
the actor to the
Have
character
you
on the
seen,
screen.
I think he is on set. Have you ever seen the behind the scenes photos? It's like the actor sitting down in Jar Jar's wardrobe with this like fake Jar Jar above his head.
Giant
Yeah,
thing.
for an eye line.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite behind the scenes thing is when people have found like George Lucas writing the script on binder paper and then coming out of his office and like slapping it down on the desk and being, we're never going to beat Titanic anyway.
You know, we're never going to beat Titanic. Nobody can.
He just walks away. It's the most like, childish. Like,
Isn't there a clip too of him? It's like zooming slowly on him, and he's like, "Jar Jar's the key.
Jar Jar is a key to all this.
Yes.
It's all Jar Jar."
I
Jar Jar's the
am
key
a
to all of this.
full believer in the Jar Jar Sith theory.
The Jar Jar is Darth Plagueis.
1,000,000%. I believe it. I think the groundwork was laid, and I
Yeah.
believe it.
Have you
Misa believe it.
Misa believer?
He's a believer.
Have
Misa
you
Belisa.
watched that video? The Jar Jar is Darth Plagueis video?
I think so. Like I've heard of the conspiracy for sure.
It's like there's like a long video that you can watch where it like lays out the belief that Jar Jar is like a Sith Lord.
It's like this whole thing's
so
an act,
good.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really good.
And they like relate it back to they call it drunken something.
drunken-
It's like
the drunken
like-
master.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like master.
drunken
Yeah,
food.
and they break it down, and there's a scene where he like accidentally throws a grenade or something, and it blows up, and they
it,
pause
like,
it.
domino
They pause it, and the person announcing the video says, "There's no way that was an accident," and they break down every scene where he does something
no way.
absolutely insane, and then they crash zoom on his hands as he's Jedi mind.
Yeah, in
he's
the
like moving
background,
his
he's like
hand.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Jedi mind tricking.
I believe it.
I love the one. There's one where like the Jedis hop down and they kill all the like droids, and then he just like falls.
Yes.
But he like has this big conspiracy about it, where like he did like a backflip like landing or
That's
something.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Is it one video or is this like a whole community of
I think
believers?
it's definitely one video that I've seen. There's probably others.
Maybe it's like a compilation that's
But-
just.
a while ago it was made, and
Yeah.
I fully believe it.
The other
Jar
one-
Jar's the key.
The other one is when Jar Jar is the one who basically gets the entire democracy to like turn on itself and vote for play.
Oh, that's right.
Jar
Oh,
Jar
no,
is
dude.
the one that convinces. It's where the famous like Queen Amidala line comes, and she's like, "This is how democracy dies," like in a roaring
Aw.
applause or whatever. And Jar Jar he's up on this podium, and Palpatine gets Jar Jar to convince the entire galactic democracy to give him unlimited like tyrannical power. And so
my
the
God.
guy's argument is that Jar Jar is so powerful that he used like
He's like
Jedi
using
mind
its
tricks.
secret force.
He, like
Oh my
Jedi
God.
mind tricked the entire auditorium.
It's like Cousin Greg.
It's
Just
so
keeps failing
good.
upward.
Yeah.
Is there a conspiracy that you guys believe in? Like, is there one?
Andy, that's so funny because that was going to be one of my questions by the end of this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What is a
snap.
conspiracy you
Like
will
subscribe to?
that you will like defend to the end of the earth?
Wow.
Yeah. So good instincts on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yours is Jar Jar.
Mine's Jar Jar. Unfortunately, I guess I don't get an answer.
Yeah.
Are we locked into that? I have some more good ones. Nope. Sorry, guys.
Nope.
Nah, you picked yours. You picked your hill
yeah.
down.
It's a
Your
really important
conspiracy
one.
How
Man,
rude. Sorry.
I'm in that conspiracy, and it's very minor. Of
I hope it's something awful, like the vaccine has like
Lizard
little
people.
microchips.
yeah.
Well, it's not so much a conspiracy as it is
Dude, this
facts.
video is
logical.
immediately going to be flagged.
No, it's the conspiracy that department stores name brand stuff versus their own brand stuff is the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I fully think it is, where it's like, oh, you go to Target, it's like the up and up version of NyQuil, and it even says it's like equivalent to NyQuil from like, you know.
Is that a-
and I think it's the same product, but
Yeah, it
the
is.
factory just puts it in separate boxes.
Yep. They're made
Oh.
by the same.
Is that
Yeah,
a confirmed thing? Or
I
I
think
thought it was
so.
always like one ingredient has to be like slightly different, or like, because then
Oh.
isn't it then stealing a patented product? If
But it's like it's medicine.
it's medical.
yeah.
But I think of like
Man, I don't know.
food products too. I'm like,
Yeah, even
it's
like the
same
off-brand
thing.
cereal, like
Yeah.
it's all Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I think it's all Fruit Loops. Yeah, it's all Fruit
That's
Loops.
the name of the episode. It's,
all Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my ibuprofen! I like crush it up.
Yeah.
It's just like strawberry
apart.
Fruit
The
Loops.
thumbnail
Fruit
is like Jar Jar at the Fruit Loops like company, like with Toucan Sam like force.
Jedi mind battling it out. Yeah.
found the power of the Fruit Loops.
I feel like,
Colton's like MLK Jr. was not.
dude, well, like that's what I was literally gonna be like. My brain can't go to places that's not political, so I'm gonna try to not do that one.
There's
and I'm
tons
just-
of political.
Because like
Oh, yeah.
like
I wouldn't
I'll
even call
fall
them
into those where I'm like,
conspiracies, yeah.
oh man, like there's tons of interference. I think there's a shit ton of interference with stuff.
Mhm.
Do you guys ever watch those YouTube channels that do like, oh god, what's it called?
What the hell is YouTube?
Nexpo? Like, is it Nexpo that does it? Where it's
It's Target's up and up version of YouTube.
it's basically like some guy with a very sultry, chill voice will like go over Reddit mysteries.
Oh, that's not
On,
the
like,
guy who the guy that you always send us. The guy that's
did I
like,
send it?
let me show you a secret. Come here.
No, that's a different guy. That's guy on Instagram. That's
He does life hacks.
Isn't that Jordan the Stallion on Instagram? I think he
What the
does.
hell
Yeah,
is
he does like
Instagram?
life hacks and stuff. I'm thinking of
Big fan of him. Would love to collab.
one of the
We
biggest
know you're
guys
listening.
on-
Please reach
We're
out.
growing.
One of the biggest guys on
CIA. We'd love to collab on some conspiracies.
Get you in here.
Toucan Sam. If you're out
What does
there.
he sound? Is he?
He's like-
oh, he's the guy that goes, follow your nose.
Yeah, that's
Toucan Sam,
yeah.
right?
For some reason, I went towards like like a true bird.
I think that's the Cocoa Puffs guy. I think the Cocoa Puffs guy.
He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He's I feel
Sonny.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Sonny's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
That guy is scary.
And Toucan Sam is like this.
Toucan Sam
Follow your nose.
He's like educated.
Yes, he is educated.
Yeah.
I do.
The vaccine's a lie.
There's Fruit Loops in the vaccine. I fully subscribe to the idea that Fruit Loops are in everything. There's Fruit Loop dust in everything.
everything is Fruit Loops, dude.
Cut it open.
Not microplastics. It's Fruit Loop dust.
It's Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
You cut open anything. It's Fruit Loops.
Autopsy. Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops again.
The people the people I was gonna name are Barely Sociable, Lemino, and there's some internet historian. Okay, all right. Internet historian has a great video about. Do you guys remember it was a big news phenomenon? The hot air balloon kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
I remember
balloon
him.
boy.
I remember Balloon Boy.
So there's this big internet phenomenon about Balloon Boy.
man.
This kid went up the parents call the police. They're like, our kid's in this like weather balloon. Like we built this weather balloon as a family. He's in the weather balloon. Like we got to get him down. They unleash helicopters. It's like this whole news event. And then the kid was in the attic the whole time. And on a talk show, they asked the kid like, what were you doing in the attic? Like, why did you? And the kid says like, Daddy told me to go up there or something like on like live on television. They're like, what? Like, why would you say that? And then the police use that as basically evidence to say that it's a whole like they arranged it so that they can pin the money problem on them. Because when
What?
you release like
What
the
money?
helicopters and all the police
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like someone has to pay for that. And so they're like, oh, you planned this from the start to get attention. So it's your fault. And they try to get this family to like pay for it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And he goes to court and basically like has to admit guilty at a certain point. But Internet Historian made a video covering it. And by the end of the video, he's like, I actually don't believe this guy. Like, I believe that this guy's kid was in the air balloon, or like he genuinely thought his kid was in the air balloon.
Right.
And he's like, this is my evidence. This is why I believe it. After looking into it, I thought I was just going to make this internet joke video, but now I believe it. And later on, it gets so popular, that video, that the guy who's a part of it is like, yes, like, thank you. You are giving my story a voice. No one believes me. Like, no one believes, like, I have all the evidence. So they do like another hour-long video where he interviews the hot air balloon, like, dad. And they go over everything. And there's like police video of how the police interrogated them, like, really unjustly. Like, his wife, English isn't her first language. So they have her in there. And they almost like force a confession out of her when she's really clearly like not comfortable being there.
Oh, it's like the making a murderer thing.
It's totally it's crazy, dude. So I do believe after watching the Internet Historian videos, I believe that Balloon Boy is innocent and that it was a town setup that did him in.
Quite a statement.
Welcome. Welcome to the cast. We're going deep today.
They should have followed their noses.
You know who was behind that? Jar Jar.
Toucan Sam.
Doesn't the balloon?
I feel like we have three very different conspiracies here that kind of tell a lot about us too.
Yeah.
It's like small scale for me, huge scale for Andrew, because
Absolutely.
that is
Fruit Loops are
government
everything.
toppling.
That's what I'm thinking.
And
That's what I've been saying.
in the galaxy
I've
long,
been saying that.
long time ago. in the galaxy far away.
My son was in the balloon.
Is this Jar Jar on Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Dude, creatine? I don't know. What did they talk about?
What are they talking about? Creed.
No.
So Jar Jar.
DHT? What are we?
Listen to this. We got this guy Jar Jar, from episode 1 of Star Wars. Listen to this. Check this out. It's crazy. Oh, thanks, Joel.
Thanks for giving me a platform. This is all gonna be inaudible.
Jar Jar, what kind of combat is that? What kind of martial arts are you doing? I've never seen anything like that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm smoking for our.
Yeah, it's good shit, isn't it?
This is
He does the tongue thing from like episode 1 where he's like,
So you gotta try out this Gungan weed, dude.
Gungan weed.
This sticky icky from
makes you-
Gungan.
It makes you talk like the Gungan leader, where he's like,
Boss Nass.
Boss Nass, dude.
Dude, I was a big...
You a big Boss Nass fan?
I was a big Ep1
You're-
fan, dude.
Yeah,
I was a
yeah.
big Phantom Men fan. I love it.
Are you a big Star Wars guy in general?
No, I'm not.
I was gonna say I wouldn't.
I'm
pin you
really
as
not.
that.
I'm not. And I've talked to my family about it too.
I brought it up with my family.
Well, because part of it is my parents don't like Star Wars. They can't stand Star Wars. They've never liked it. They have no interest in it.
There are some people out there
And
like
so me and like my sister, we got into it kind of like late with. Honestly, I don't even know how
the trilogy, the prequel trilogy.
But we like talking about Star Wars. We love talking about Chewbacca. We love talking D2. We love talking 3PO. Dude,
D2.
like we like talking about it, but you're not gonna catch us sitting and watching a full ass Star Wars movie. We'll buy the toys. My sister and I bought
really odd.
a live.
Yeah.
I know a life size cutout
take.
of 3PO and D2, and we put it in our living room.
And you guys like don't watch it. You're like, I don't really want to watch
We
it.
just
know
don't
what
want
that
to
is.
watch it.
Yeah.
We love the characters, and my parents would get mad at us every time we moved it into our living room. They'd say we got to put it back in the basement. Guess what? It's coming right back in the living room. For Christmas, we decorated it, but we liked it, and I love Jar Jar.
Yeah.
And I just like the characters. I like the world, but
The story ain't.
you're not gonna catch me watching it.
Dude. Hey,
Sorry.
real quick.
That's the most. Yeah,
Just
that's
to-
your.
That's
your
it.
cutoff.
I'll buy all the merch.
I'll support it financially any other way than actually giving it my time.
Just a test for Andrew. What are the names of the what are the names of the two businessmen at the
I
beginning?
knew you were gonna say
Yep.
that. I forget
Oh,
their
the,
names.
like-
The racist
racist
caricatures.
ones? Yeah.
at
I know
the
the
beginning
other-
of the film.
Man, I know so many of the other characters, and I forget those guys' names.
Aren't they like the trade federalists?
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
they're just
they
like I forget what their
Yeah,
whole
they're-
thing is. Yeah, it's
They're kind of not chill.
they're not
I like,
chill.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
What about?
Watto? Any? There's that.
Oh, that's
guy.
Watto. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Watto.
That's Watto.
And then there's not Bulbasaur, Sebulba, who's a little
Dude,
driver.
He's
He's
the
like
yeah.
he's the guy who drives with his
No.
feet.
He's
No,
Isn't he the
I think-
bad
I
guy?
think you
he's
got
the driver.
He's the bad
pod
guy
racer.
driver.
Sebulba.
Sebulba, the driver.
I thought
oh
he
no,
was
you're right.
I thought he was Annie's.
He
owner.
looks like a catfish.
No, that's Watto.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sebulba's the driver.
He's like the rival.
And you're right. You had the voice
he's the
right.
rival Anakin. He's
Yes.
and he's all like really. He's
Yes.
like Ralph from Monsters Inc.
Yes.
Ralph.
Or what's the
invisible-
Randall from Monsters Inc.
Ralph.
Dude, we are pissing off every Star Wars and now Disney fan. They're just like, they're getting it all wrong.
We thought they were fans.
Yeah. Proven
Sorry.
failed
We love
fans.
Ralph from Monsters.
Yeah,
Inc.
Ralph from Monsters Inc. Man.
Yeah.
And Maiko Wizwacky.
Maiko
Wizwacky?
Waititi.
Maiko Waititi. Dude, Taika Waititi, he's gonna get his hands on Monsters Inc. and he's gonna make a Taiko'd up Monsters Inc.
Wait, are you joking? Is he really?
Yeah, I'm totally
okay.
joking, but
I believed it.
I think it would be great.
Hey,
It would get
hey,
real-
Sully. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Sully.
Really scary, bro.
Really scary, bro.
Maybe you need to
Mike.
control your feelings.
Mike, Sully. Hey,
And then
over here.
Screaming goats come in. for
Yeah, it's
2
screaming
hours.
Hilarious, man.
Every time they open a door, there's like a new screaming goat.
Man, how can you up it?
Yeah.
We can't talk about that. We can't talk
Can't.
about.
We've come close, but we're not going to mention what it is by name.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't talk about
I do want to
Marvel
talk
anymore.
about how our first Let's Play session went.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right,
that's something
dudes.
that's new. I'm not sure. I think it'll be up.
It'll
by the
probably be
time
up
that
by the time this comes
This
out.
is up.
It's going to be out in like
We've
August.
we've recently partnered with Sammy, dear
Jedi
friend,
Sammy?
Jedi Sammy, as our first guest and occasional reoccurring host for Couch Kids Plays,
Yeah.
and we have a Mario Party playthrough that we're all very proud of, and it's it's 3 parts, and I think we've got the formula down. Do you guys feel like it went pretty well?
Yeah, I feel like it went really smooth. Andrew, you're editing them, so how is it on the editing side? Like, do you feel like it's working out?
I was telling you guys earlier, I feel like because it's split up into 3 parts, I don't have to do a lot of editing per se.
Yeah.
Like, and especially with Mario Party, that is so kind of story.
That's right.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
You can't
but
hard cut too much,
but everything that
otherwise
we
you lose
talk
track of it.
about kind of bleeds into something else. So there was like one or two things I could cut, but if I did that, then there's only one or two weird jump cuts.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll just
Might as
leave
well
it.
just leave it. Yeah.
I'll just leave it. So
That's cool.
they're very digestible and it's super fun. And we get drunker as the night goes on.
Yeah.
And
Do you notice it as you're editing it?
I notice it in me because
Dude, I noticed it sitting there like playing and being like, oh wow. Like
Me?
you guys-
We're really
'cause my
letting
stomach
loose.
halfway through this playthrough, we did 3 episodes of this.
Uh-oh.
My stomach started hurting and
Chinese.
y'all started getting rowdy.
Yeah. It was money got thrown on the table.
Yeah.
It's a very good playthrough for Let's Plays. I know we all know how Let's Plays can be a little boring sometimes. Not much happens. A lot happens in this one.
A lot of
were you getting upset at me?
no, why?
That was my
Pissed me off.
what the hell, man. I asked
Andrew,
you that
did
night.
right. Okay.
You wrote-
We have to talk this behind the scenes. If you're watching the video and Ari gets quiet after Andrew yells at him, just know that Andrew wrote a note saying, "Did I take it too far?"
Was that too far? And I just looked and smiled at him.
Ari knows how to twist the knife, dude. It's the disappointment, you know.
He really does.
He doesn't just tell you explicitly, "Oh, you're forgiven."
It's because
or,
his
like,
eyes are dead always. So
It's because you have no soul.
he's got those dead
You
eyes.
have no reason.
I don't know. I look at you and I just see nothing.
But speaking of Let's Plays,
I just writing down something.
speaking of the Let's Plays, we
Says,
should
"Fuck
say
you."
we should give a call to action if anyone wants us to play anything, because we've already gotten a few comments about people wanting us to do Epic Mickey, which is a callback to
yeah.
our first episode of the pod.
That's definitely next
Went
on the
live.
slate.
Yeah, we
I-
definitely want to get an Epic Mickey playthrough in.
I honestly think it'll probably be out because this will come out mid to end of like July.
I don't want to promise anything because I don't have a Wii or the game.
Okay.
But if we get that and we lock it down and do like a
No
time,
promises,
yeah.
okay?
No
Jesus.
promises, but expect Epic Mickey soon.
No promises, but we promise.
Is Epic Mickey a co-op game?
I think the second one is. I think the first one is not.
We just start with 2.
I don't think we should start with 2 because that then you miss the whole everything we were talking about.
Starts with like Mickey with a fucking gun and like, handshake. He's like, I don't know what I did.
Oswald's like, Mickey, no, please.
Mickey, please don't do it.
Put the gun down. My wife.
Immediately goes to like motion controls with the gun. You're like, what?
What happened? This is the opening of the
Mickey,
game.
Epic Mickey 2? Yeah.
Yeah.
Press trigger to fire.
Yeah. To execute Oswald.
And his wife Hortensia.
Yeah, let's.
Mickey.
This is an Epic Mickey podcast.
But I was gonna say maybe we could go around. What would be a game that you guys would
that's
want to
smart.
play
Oh, that's a good question.
if you could?
I want to do Overcooked.
Oh,
You know what that
I've never
one is?
played.
That
but
is the one
I get
where
it.
it's like,
Son of a bitch.
you know what it is.
I know what it
it
is.
is this extremely stressful co-op or versus game where you
gonna be
have to
YouTube.
make meals for people based on like orders that come in through the top, and certain places like based on the map you choose like can only do certain things, so you really have to like cooperate with people to be like, Andrew, I need my onions, please. And Andrew is at the chopping station, so he's like, but I don't get my onions. Like, you have the onion. I have to like throw it to him, and it usually ends in
violence.
like violence. Yeah. Yeah. Either like one person will just get extremely angry, or
I think we're all prone to that.
Yeah,
After playing Mario Party, I think we need to be careful.
I think it'll end in chaos, which is super funny.
That's cool.
That or Fall Guys. I think Fall Guys would be a lot of
Oh,
fun.
that's right. You really want. I know Sammy really wants to play that.
Yeah,
one.
she-
I've never played. I've seen a
I've
lot of
never played Fall
videos.
Guys
It
either.
seems so fun.
Yeah. It's not a split screen though. That's the thing. It's like I do like the idea of us all playing a game
Right.
together,
Yeah.
but you know, couch co-op is increasingly rare nowadays.
Couch co-op, dude.
Yeah, so
it's hard to find.
Ah, that's what we should have called it.
we could still
Couch
change it.
co-op is
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Couch
I'm trying to
co-op.
think of a game if I want to go back to PlayStation 2 or something like that.
That'd
See,
be a
that's
lot
where
of
my
fun.
brain goes.
Yeah, that's
I
a
like
good
just
idea.
because
I
an
think
opportunity
of-
to go back.
Yeah, I think
Fusion
about the
Frenzy?
time that I played the most video games, and it's got to be PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Like hands down, not
Yeah.
even close. PlayStation 2.
Didn't you say that the prices on PlayStation 2 games were like skyrocketing recently?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like there's a
Like physical copies?
Yeah, I feel like there's a
Whoa.
new interest kind of either that or the games I was looking at,
Makes sense.
like the price on those
I'm
skyrocketed,
sure,
but
like, that generation is growing up and getting, because that's what happened with Pokemon cards when 2020 hit. It was like everyone that grew up with them all of a sudden hit a point where they were financially like
Able to-
had expendable income, you know.
they could buy their childhood back.
Yeah, they
kind
buy
of
their
thing.
childhood back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I say expensive and I say skyrocketed, I'm talking about 40
Well,
bucks,
that's from
40,
like
50
compared
bucks.
to what
$2.
they were.
Yes, they used to
Yeah.
be in the dollar bin
Yeah.
at GameStop.
Remember the
So-
PS2 greatest hits? It's like red at the top.
Yes.
You'd be like, ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
There's a great game for PlayStation 2 that I would love to play called Graffiti Kingdom.
Whoa.
Never heard of
And
that.
It's super rare. I would be shocked if anyone listening has heard of it, but it was way ahead of its time because the whole premise is your kid has like a magic paint wand, and you create the character like in a 3D software that
What?
you're going to use in the game.
What the
And you like rig and program the character in game. So you can like
Oh my god, I've
you
never
can
heard
like
of this.
draw a dick and then it's like a character that you
Whoa.
become and play as, and you can program like powers into it and attacks, and you can like fight with it.
Is this
Yeah.
from Japan?
Yeah, but it was localized.
So is it your ability to rig well
No,
depending on
it's-
how
Oh my god.
No, no, no.
how-
It is
I'm
super
gonna look it up.
accessible. Like it teaches you how to like 3D make a character
No.
and then fight with it and use it, and you can create I think like up to 4 and have them like preloaded.
What? Graffiti King PlayStation
$33 sealed. $33 on eBay. Graffiti
Oh,
Kingdom
dude,
sealed.
I'm gonna buy that right
yeah.
now.
You have a PS2?
No, but
I do.
It doesn't matter.
I do.
We're getting it.
I got a
Yeah.
Wii. And I got a Wii. Wii U plays Wii games, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool,
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So
There
we
we
can
go.
just get Epic Mickey on that.
Sweet.
This is off. We can cut this out, but I got a hacked Wii too, so I can put a ROM on it.
Dude, you could put you could put Pokemon on it.
Yes.
Could you put like Pokemon Fire Red on it?
Probably, yeah.
Or Leaf Green? Then we could
Can
do
you put
Nuzlocke.
Can you put anything on it?
Pornhub.
That's
Yeah.
exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
Dude, you and I are in sync today.
Yeah, we're both horny.
Yeah. Leave it in.
Thanks, V sister.
And welcome back to the podcast.
That was a weird
We're not
cut, huh?
talking about anything.
It goes from like hard laughing to like, all right, guys, we're back.
Yeah.
Did they take a break? I didn't hear the little sound effect.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick breako
Well, I
right
guess we're
now.
taking a break.
Yeah,
and,
actually, we need to take a break.
yeah, we'll see you guys after the break. Bye.
Oh,
It's a slow week, boys.
wow.
It's a rough one out there.
Dude. Yeah. It's been a week, huh? Hope you at home have had a casual week. And we're making this better. Actually, it'd be a Monday, so this is the start of their week. So,
Ugh, slow weeks, man.
yeah.
Ugh, I need my coffee.
Coffee, Red Bull, give me wings now. Yes, please.
I am obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me until my coffee level's about right here.
Welcome back. We just took a little break.
Yeah.
We just took a break to watch episode 1 of Star Wars. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
All of it.
Andrew walked out of the room, though. He didn't want to watch it, and he
I
came
refused to
back
watch.
and he talked all about it like he knew every detail. It was
Yeah.
kind of insane, actually.
He said he was going to go to the bathroom, and he left
Yeah.
for 2 hours. I heard his car just drive off and come back 2.5 hours
Served
later.
donuts outside for 2 hours. All right, guys, welcome back. Question of the week. You guys,
End of the week.
I'm gonna hit you with.
Gotta do it.
So,
All right.
I want to ask you.
Yes.
My answer,
answer
is
is
yes. I think we do that.
We also do
every
that, yeah.
other episode. So, what is the smallest hill you're willing to die on? What is the most petty thing that you are willing to take to your grave and defend?
An Oxford comma. 100% an Oxford comma.
Oh, really?
I love me an Oxford comma.
Can you tell me what that's about? I see that on Hinge.
Really?
Yeah. People are like,
Damn, I'm so fucking basic, dude. Damn.
just
can we
outed
can we
Andrew's
just
basic.
Can we
cut the whole thing?
question? Can we do a different question?
cut
Nope.
the episode, dude? I just want to fucking
I just don't want to
die.
be equated to an
No,
average.
I like
Hinge
an Oxford comma. Basically, when you have
People say
three
that.
things in a row, like if I say Colton, Ari, and Andrew, it's Colton, comma, Ari, comma, and Andrew. That's the Oxford comma. A lot of people do Colton, comma, Ari, and Andrew, no comma.
Oh, what?
Oh, I always use
they
an
don't
Oxford
they don't
comma.
use that last comma.
It is optional. It is an optional.
Well, I don't like
Oxford
that, dude.
comma.
I always use the Oxford
I mean,
comma.
Vampire Weekend. Who gives a fuck about an Oxford comma?
I do.
It must be a thing.
I believe in pauses. If I could add a
Yeah.
comma in between all of my words,
everywhere.
I would.
I saw what you did there. And I like it.
Whoa. Okay.
I like pauses. I like ellipses. I don't know. Whenever I'm writing something, I'll add an ellipses to everything, and I don't know why. I gotta get rid of them.
Do you like the generational thing of the like? Isn't it like our parents' generation where they add ellipses for pauses in sentences like everywhere?
I've heard about this.
They like in emails. Like if you write an email,
dot,
it's
dot,
like
dot.
our parents' generation. They add like ... and it sounds very intimidating.
like it's a
it's like-
telegram,
Yeah.
like dash, and then you continue.
It's a pause for thought.
Yeah, it's a pause for thought, but it comes off like to us very intimidating. Like
I need to talk to you. ...
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
something went wrong or
That's
What?
what I read. Yeah, and I used to have teachers that would send emails like that too, and it was super
Is it just emails?
irritating.
I've never seen a letter.
Emails or texts, not letters.
Really?
It's very much a digital thing, and from what I can gather.
But that's so odd because that
Yeah.
doesn't even follow some sort of old school structure on
Yeah.
anything. It's just an email thing.
Mhm.
That's so odd.
But it pops up. I know people have like talked about it before, and I don't know. Leave a comment if you have a parent or teacher that does that.
all the comments are ...
Yeah,
dots.
dot.
I will say when I talk to my parents, especially my dad, and he texts me, I get hit with that period every time.
The hard period.
The hard period.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter how long the sentence is. If it's just one letter, it's period at the end every time. And I think it's very funny.
All right.
Dude,
But then he'll also sometimes do an abbreviation like it's 2006. Like he will shorten a word, like tomorrow
Yes.
or whatever, where it'll be TMRW, and it doesn't make any sense.
I get K all the time.
Do you?
I get K period, and
That
I don't
hurts.
think he realizes that that's like
The
a
ramifications
burn.
of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Can I read you guys a text exchange between my dad and I?
Yeah.
I found was kind of funny. So I send my dad a meal prep recipe because he was talking about trying to eat better.
Mhm.
And he says, looks good. I'll have to try, period. And then I go, okay. So I just like leave it at that, whatever. I get a text message 3 days later, a picture of his plate with just food on it. And he says, eating the rainbow, which is like a slogan that was used in the video to like talk about, you got to eat all your types of foods on your plate. I said, woo, look at you go, Dad. Great job. I go, how'd it turn out? Good. He says, it's good. Period.
It's good.
See?
He just didn't reply. That was it.
But like I know that in my dad's head, he's reading that. He's like, it's good. And he's like, I'm eating the rainbow. Like that's his
he's
inflection
stoked
as he's
about
writing
it.
it. But I am I'm a slut for an exclamation point. Like I give it
I
up
put 'em everywhere,
easy.
man.
If I could end every sentence with an exclam, I fucking would. But I look insane.
Yeah.
So like you put woos and stuff
I
in
do
there.
all the time.
I do too. And I feel like it adds.
It adds the energy.
Do you think that when
We sound
like,
unhinged.
I was gonna say,
our dads have a podcast and they're talking and they're all,
Yeah.
dude, my son, he's just an idiot. Listen to how he sounds.
Dude, he won't stop screaming at me. Well, dude,
I
there's that.
also love the idea that our dads all have a podcast.
They don't even
like
know each
together.
other.
They
Yeah.
barely know each other.
It's like the shittiest audio equipment. Like they're doing it over Zoom.
could you imagine
Oh my
they do
God.
like a let's listen
Yeah.
or a reaction to every one of our episodes? I don't think I could. I think I would die.
Welcome to
I don't
Dad's React to Couch Kids.
I don't like
Okay,
his
I don't-
foul mouth.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Oh,
That's,
we're starting the episode with an F.
I'm gonna give him a call.
Now he's talking about Graffiti Kingdom.
Graffiti.
Graffiti Kingdom. What the hell is that?
Oh, Colton. He said the word dick. I
Colton.
I don't like that.
You know the Lord raised you better.
Your dad's
My
like
dad
your
is
dad's like
not
a Southern belle
I
now.
was like, my dad is not a Southern gentleman, I promise.
Lord.
Lordy,
Colton,
Lord.
Give me strength for that boy.
Oh, jeez. Whoops. Now he's got me saying it.
Dot.
Yeah.
Smallest hill I'm willing to die on is I always do software updates on computers, on programs,
do them?
on
Crazy.
phones. I will always do them right away. I look forward to them sometimes.
Yeah.
I am ready.
You
for
get
them.
excited about tech, though.
I do.
You're a techie at heart.
I feel like software update. They are there for a reason. They are scary because change is scary for people.
Right.
Very scary.
I will say when we're talking across big versions, let's say we're going Windows 7 to Windows 10, that was a bad time.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say OS
they don't
updates
OS
scare me.
OS updates are scary.
Yeah.
But eventually you got to do it. You can't
Yeah.
keep hanging in the past.
But I would
know?
say also don't be the first one to do it, because then all your software doesn't work on the newest OS.
I mean, that
like
it depends, but for
we
the
use
most part,
Storyboard Pro pretty heavily, and I feel
Yeah.
like if you update immediately, Storyboard Pro has not caught up. And
only if it's cross version though. But if it's
Oh,
like
okay.
even if I just updated yesterday and it's like, hey, a new like 7.1583 dash like
Yeah.
semicolon B ellipses is
Oxford
available.
comma.
Oxford comma.
Do you
Yeah.
look at what's in the update
No, I don't
before
give a
you
fuck.
do it?
I just do it because I'm like, this is good.
just signs.
It's
Yep.
in my brain.
Healthy.
Yeah, I'm like, this is good. It is an update. It is a change. It is a
needed.
refresh. It's
Wow.
needed. Like I just got one on my phone this morning. I didn't know what it was, and
Or you're
I
plugging or you
I
threw your
fucking
phone in the
got.
charger.
I woke up to it. I got giddy. It like made my day better, and I did it. And then it popped up being like, here's what's new on your phone, and I clicked it, and it's like custom emojis.
That's so funny.
I'm never gonna use them.
Yeah.
But
Dude.
I'm so happy that I did it.
I wonder what percentage of people, like if you gave
App
posed this
updates?
question,
Don't
would
fuck
be
me up.
like,
yeah.
I would prefer to never update my phone again
Yep.
Yeah.
or have to update it.
Hey, in a perfect
frequently.
world, you would never have to do it, but
I'd
things
like-
are never perfect.
I like the feature where it does it while you're sleeping, but it works, I would say, 0% of the time for me. I wake up every morning to a notification
Yeah.
that's like,
Didn't work.
we fucking tried, man. Like,
Where were you?
What do you want us to do? And I was like, update my phone. So when I wake up, I see the screen that says hello and bonjour and whatever in script, whatever. I'll never update.
Wingdings.
I still work on a 1987 Macintosh too. So
that explains your text messages or paper.
right.
Facts.
You guys get my facts?
yeah. That's why,
The
that's why you're
dial-up
always
sound
late.
comes through my phone. I'm like, how is this happening?
Out of the USB-C port, like paper comes out.
Yeah. Faxes. Morse
Andrew's
code.
on that Alexander Graham Bell, like like Morse code.
Well, it's funny because I feel like you could
Coming.
say
Stop.
yeah.
On my way. Stop.
there are probably people who would be pissed about an
Duck,
update.
yeah. Sorry. How do you do the like star like fuck yeah
Duck, yeah. On a
on a
telegram.
telegram like autocorrect LOL dash
Stop.
Colton, you good?
Damn, dude. I saw a thing that said that they're gonna fix that.
They're gonna let you fuck.
They're gonna
They're gonna let you fuck,
Wait,
dude.
are you being for real or are you joking?
Hey, but dude, that's an update.
That
That is an update.
That is an
Give
update
me,
coming.
dude. I'm here for the fuck dates.
The fuck dates?
The fuck dates. Fuck.
The fucks.
The
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Software updates. I live and die for them. And I'm sorry I cut
That's
you off
awesome.
with my duck.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I apologize.
Dude, sometimes, and I feel like I did it to you like 3 times this episode, and you probably multiple times. I just can't get it. My idea. I'm just like,
get
I
angry.
need to do it. Let me do it. Jar Binks.
I will say, of all of us, Andrew, you were the one I feel like.
Sorry.
It's talking about hills that you'll die on. I feel like you will die telling a bit. Like
Yeah.
you will take a bit to
Absolutely.
the grave with you. Like you are a
100%.
hardcore bitster.
Yeah.
He's a bitster.
He's a bitster, man.
I'll die
It's all
a
about that
bitster.
Bitcoin.
Because like,
If there's a physical,
it's not about that.
Yeah, dude.
Nope.
Is that what that
moon.
is? Oh, dude, I invested so much. What do you mean these
Bitster?
aren't for comedy bits? How much money did I lose?
That's how you're
Wait,
paid.
Everything.
How many bits am I getting back?
Software updates
None.
though. Colton, I'm gonna look at your computer after this, and we're gonna update
Don't do
that
it.
sucker.
Don't
Woo,
do it,
Mojave
man.
or whatever. Sierra Madre. We're
Yeah.
updating.
Dude, I bought a Mac when it was Catalina, which I think was historically the worst one possible.
Yeah, yeah.
And I bought it just when it came out, and they updated it within a few months.
Yeah.
And already my computer, like, it took
There-
a massive hit. It was like 16 gigs.
I will say,
I
dude,
lost just
um,
because of how bad Catalina was.
Apple is like villainous with their updates. Their like
Yeah.
cross like OS updates. And Storyboard Pro is a big one where I think it was Catalina to whatever it was like I don't know, Mojave to Catalina, whatever. And it just straight up like bricked the program. And it was like, it's like, no, you can't, you're not allowed to now. And it's like, well, okay, like why? And it's like, because it's security risk. And now they have this like awful feature where you have to manually install everything and say it's like not a security risk. But then like you'll get past that gate and it'll still be like, no.
Clunky, yeah.
Sorry.
And you still die on the hill that you love updates?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say like Apple comes in.
They flush themselves out eventually.
Yeah.
Apple's the worst of them all, but
Apple's pretty egregious about just forcing something upon you where you have to comply and update, and then they'll be like, oh, your laptop is 6 years old, well, we don't touch those anymore, so good luck. Why don't you find a third-party dealer to fix it? And you're
Windows, like I totally get why Windows gets shit on for being like really clunky and not as polished, but it's like that because it's based in legacy. Like people who run XP can still run things on Windows 10. You know what I mean? Like they can't, they don't sever off people that way. That's not completely true, but for the most part, it's like they're very good with how they update and letting you kind of bring what you had before into the next update. It's not always the case, but I get excited, man.
Dude, I ignore that so fast. And it doesn't even give you the option to fully
bitch.
ignore. It's just like, all right, well, we're going to bother you tomorrow and the rest of the day.
Remind me tomorrow.
And it's just like, it's the U2 CD album update. And every time I update, I now have a Bono album. Dude, and I
Mac
don't know
OS
what to
Bono,
do.
it's good.
Dude, the Mac Sting. No, Sting's not in there.
Sting.
$2,000 a day.
Dude, hey, we're bringing back
the
Sting
Mac Vertigo.
Was that episode? What episode was the
was
Sting
2.
thing from?
The Sting.
We talk about Sting and P Diddy.
Oh, yeah. 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
One of those. Watch them all. You tell us. Colton, what's yours?
I was trying to think. I have a lot of them. Like I feel like I could go petty and piss a bunch of people off and talk about dogs
That's
versus
what it is.
cats.
That's
Whoa.
the smallest. That's a small hill.
Not gonna talk about cats.
I think you pretty much said it.
Pretty heavily implied.
Benjamin, look at Benjamin. He's sleeping right here. He's the cutest dog in the whole world.
You just
We
said
don't
it.
even talk about cats.
Okay.
And
Colton
I'm so
is
glad you're not a cat.
This might be a bad question for Colton because you do not like to upset people. Like
I don't like conflict.
For as far as Andrew is willing to take a bit,
Yeah.
Colton is willing to not upset someone. He would take a bullet instead of being like, oh, maybe you could be a little nicer.
and then I would apologize.
Yeah. Sorry.
I probably deserved it. I don't know.
I was gonna say, Andrew. If Andrew would throw like hay onto a fire to make the bit, like mine is
fire?
like taking
Yeah.
buckets of water, and I'm just trying to dump it. Be like, stop! Don't! You're gonna piss him off.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
Colton, live your truth, my man.
Well, I was actually gonna say one that came to mind was that I would love it if we could bring back magazines.
So you think magazines are they have a place? That's your hill?
I feel like, and specifically, my thought was Nintendo Power. I used to subscribe to like the gamer magazines that were like big and popular.
I'll take it because I don't care for magazines. I find them annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I get a lot
Are
of-
you disgust? Like every time you walk by a newsstand, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
You're visibly ill.
I shit my pants.
I feel like there's a place for a quarterly magazine.
Quarterly.
If you have a market of people like I'm a big Nintendo junkie, so I feel like Nintendo has this like culture now where there's like a lot of people who are very collector heavy with it when it comes to that kind of property. And so I feel like there's a place for that. Like people would want to, if you put special interviews in it or if you put like special things in it, people would want to hear it out and
but
seek
why
it.
why the physical as opposed to getting a digital magazine?
See, because that's the collector in me, man. I love to just have it and hang on to it. And because I used to have all of my childhood Nintendo Power magazines before and I know we've used this as a joke before, but before they actually burned in a fire. I used to have all of them and they're gone. But they brought me so much joy just like flipping through them because you know what it is? It's because a physical one timestamps the era in which it's from. And so like when I would look at certain like covers of the Nintendo Power magazine, I'd be like, oh, that was when I was 13 or like, oh, that was when I like that game came out and I was this age and it was really fun for me.
I feel like I would get less of a
agree.
dopamine hit if I was looking at an old magazine online. Even if they had the full thing and I flipped through it online, I'd be like, wow, this is really cool. I remember all that. It actually happened to me recently. It was like this old Disney magazine that they used to. I think it was like little Disney magazine. It was a super small magazine. Yeah. And I somehow like wound up on eBay, and I saw someone selling a bunch of them, and I was like, damn, that's really fun to have them. And then I went through and tried to look at some and like the ads brought me back, and I was like, oh, this is great. But I don't know, holding it would be. Yeah,
it's why I can't read ebooks.
Yes.
It's kind of that same thing where it's like for some reason like a PDF or a page on a screen is way more intimidating than looking at on the paper. I don't know what it is. I
totally agree.
Something about seeing the whole that is just like I'm getting this entire page thrown at me, as opposed to like a page my eyes can kind of like zoom around and like isolate sections.
I feel like because it's so limitless, like you can have a billion books on your iPad, and that feels like it's I don't
nothing.
know. Yeah. It feels weird. Like it feels like now nothing means anything anymore.
Ooh, I was gonna say it's the same way. Another hill that I'll die on that is similar in the conversation that we're talking about is I am a to-do list slut. I like Andrew sitting over there. At any given point, that whole trash can is full of to-do lists that I've like crossed off.
You're a to-do list, but for everything but like yourself, like scheduling. I think of scheduling.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you mean? Do you mean like calendar stuff or like?
Yeah, I mean like every day when I wake up, I take a Post-it note and I write to do, and then I write the date, and then I do a bunch of boxes, and I try to go through it and like just check it off. But I can't do it digitally. Like,
I see. Yeah.
That doesn't work. If I put a to-do list in my phone, it's gone. It's in the void. I'll never look at it again, and I'll see it like 3 years from now.
I feel that.
But if I do it on a Post-it note that's on my desk every day, I will get that to-do list done before I go to bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had a theory. There was a great, honestly, Ben Juano is an industry guy, and he's an awesome dude. He had a thing long time ago when I was like a big on like DeviantArt, and I was like trying to get into the industry, and I was following his advice. One of his advice that I took was if you have a to-do list, don't go to bed until half of it is done. And it like gives you leeway for like forgiveness of like, well, I didn't get everything done, maybe I overshot,
and now you can start the next day with a to-do list.
With a to-do list, exactly. Whoa. And so I try to kind of live by that too. Like I'll always make a to-do list, and if I don't hit the bottom 2 or 3 things, whatever. But if I get half of it done, I can rest.
You feel good.
What'd you say? His name was Ben Shapiro. That's who you love. Is that what you said?
No.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Hard cut. Cut the episode.
No, I just think that if you start your day with it, it's got to be a to-do list. Joe, you're not hearing me.
No, I hear you very clear.
No, I hear you. I don't believe in following a structured to-do list, Ben.
That's a good one, though. I think that's good.
I'm a to-do list sucker. I love a physical to-do list.
Yeah, it seems like your hill is very much like physical over digital.
Dude,
yeah,
me too.
But I will say I'm leaning more into
I'm kind
digital.
Of the opposite. Yeah,
you are the opposite.
You are very much the opposite.
I would live in the fucking cloud if I could.
Yeah,
dude. Heads in the cloud.
It's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, always.
Cloud boy.
I'm a Google slut, dude.
There you go.
Google sweet slut.
Yeah.
All 3 of us have said it.
Well, fam, I think we are nearing the end. Ari, got anything for us?
So I got in my car and then
Oh my god, I forgot about the father and the son in the back of his car.
It's okay, guys. Come on, let's all sing. Woo, couch
Andrew,
kid.
was
We're
the kid
here
alive?
and we're live. We're having fun on
need
the
to
couch,
check.
and there's
I
a
don't
kid in my
remember.
car.
Come on.
Don't go
Ari,
to the
where are your
car key
keys?
because it's fun, and then the couch kids, and we're having fun.
car.
Woo,
Fuck.
but couch kids. All right, thank you everybody for listening. We've put a lot into this podcast, and we're very proud of it. Make sure you follow us on all social medias. We're particularly active on Instagram and on TikTok, and we upload reels, and they're funny, and we're funny dudes. We're 3 funny dudes, and we have Let's Plays coming out.
All right, Andrew, direct him. Have him cut. He needs it.
Yeah. So, thanks everybody, and remember,
love
there's
you. Thanks for
always
listening.
room on the couch. Catch you next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.